Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into another special presentation of the Man Cave 101 podcast. Tonight, we bring you our 7th installment of the Artist Spotlight, where we bring you guys some dope comic book artists, maybe statue builders. We've had somebody who does woodwork. We do a little bit of everything. We just want to bring these guys to the forefront and show you their beautiful work and creations. And just talk to them, have some basic conversation, and kick it with that. But let me not be rude and introduce my co-host tonight, Big Chase. Where Brooklyn at? What's happening?
We're Brooklyn at. What's up, baby? Listen, let's get it on, man. Got some good stuff for y'all tonight. Got some good stuff.
And I, of course, am your man in the chair, Aaron.
Aaron's in the building with me.
So, without further ado, I'm going to bring in our guest. But before I do that, I just want to remind you that you can find us all over the place. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter. I think I got everything. I think I did. I'm getting better at that.
Getting around.
So you can find our podcast on any of those sites you like to look or listen. Like I said, we're doing our 7th installment of the Artist Spotlight. Tonight we got a special one for you. Let me bring in our guest, Mr. David Rucker. He is with Konkret Comics, and tonight he is bringing us Decimation Earth. David, what's going on?
What's up, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
Right, man. Hey, listen. First of all, thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for spending a little time with us. You know what I'm saying? We took a look at your comic, your artwork, bro. Top-notch stuff, man. So, we had to bring you on in here, find out what's going on. But first things first, how did you get started in the comic book biz?
Wow. So for me, this has been a 20-year journey. I'm the writer of Decimation Earth and the creator of it. So for me, it was like a journey of writing and developing an idea, and it took me to keep pushing me to get back into this, because I had taken some time off and just shoved Decimation Earth underneath a bookshelf and forgotten about it for like 10 years. Yeah, it's been an exciting journey for me. I mean, it's just weird. I remember the day my wife found it. She's like, "What's in this box?" "Oh, it's a comic book I'm writing." And then when my next door neighbor happened back into writing and everything, and then from there I hooked up with the artist that we have now, Sean Aline, and that's all she wrote.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Very cool.
Okay. So tell us.
I know it's not as exciting and sexy as other people who come on this.
Nah, listen, it is.
Listen, it is what it is, man. It's real life, man. However you got started, you know what I'm saying? And you've taken this thing so far. What I love about the time that we're in is that we're at a time where if you had an idea, creating a comic book is actually, can happen. Like, it's real. When I first got into comics back in the day, man, it was a planet far, far away to even remotely think that you would be able to create your own comic. You could write your own story and but to create an actual physical, professional, commercial product was so far and away. And we live in a time now where you can get this done. So whatever the story is, bro, is what we want to hear. So tell us, what is Decimation Earth about?
I hear you. I grew up loving as a kid. It's a mix of noir, cosmic horror, and I would also say the story is about this great soldier who finds himself in a situation where he has to come back into the world that's cast him out to save the Blue and Yelzathoth. And along the way, we deal with racism. We deal with how people interact with each other, since where you have a strong Black character who is a hero saving people who are not used to having such strong characters or strong superheroes of color stepping in.
Okay.
So it sounds like real life stuff we're dealing with here. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit of a adaptation onto what could possibly be real life things that happen.
Right. It's pretty much. It is. It's pretty much. It's pretty much like what is horror to us as society? And finding that horror, it's racism, it's classism, it's social economics that affect us. So when I wrote Decimation Earth, I took all Lovecraft, which, if anybody knows about Lovecraft, he was a racist. And if anybody tells you anything different, they're wrong. You can even look at his famous writing, "Ode to a Nigger," that he wrote about how he degraded black people. And so I, who's a big horror fan, number one, all the people who are black or of color that are in his stories are either ignorant, stupid, or minions of those who want to. Your heroes are usually well-educated, refined white men. And so that kind of stuck in my craw a little bit, because this is not necessarily how things are. I mean, you know, he was, you know, and some people argue the point like, well, racism was socially accepted, like, you know, around the 1930s. He was a man of his time. Eventually, he would have changed. It doesn't matter. He still wrote racist things. He was anti-gay, and he was a racist. So, you know, you can't make any excuses for it. But what you can do, since it's in public domain, we can take anything that represents us. You know, because growing up as a kid, that's one of the reasons why I got into comic books, because I didn't see any heroes that looked like me. Yes, there was, you know, Black Panther, John Stewart, but all these guys started out as sidekicks, except for Black Panther. But the only time you saw, when Black Panther first came in, he came in fantastic. Then eventually he got his own comic. But even Luke Cage had a partner. There's never truly been, in my opinion, a Black stood on their own.
Yeah, no, it's the truth. I remember the first time I saw Black Lightning, and I mean, I thought it was cool because he's a black guy and he control electricity, but his costume and everything just looked real, just corny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they never like to put black men out front in a way where they are too powerful. They're always real weird. I had a conversation about Star Trek, how black people on there always have something weird on their head, or like you can't just ever just be you. You got to have like a weird tail, or your eyes got or some shit.
Yep.
So I definitely get it and whatnot. So you said this is a 20-year journey for you. How many episodes of Decimation Earth are there?
To Decimation Earth. 6 of them have already been written. The other 6 are outlined. So and if we are successful and blessed to get through all 12 books out to everybody, we're going to end it in such a way that the fans really truly love Decimation Earth. I can come back and write another 12 books.
That is cool.
Wow.
That definitely is.
It's a lot of storyline. That's good.
Yeah, and there's a lot of characters to the Decimation Earth universe. I mean, we've got like 14 characters, and we can do spin-offs. Main cover of book 1, we have 2 of the main characters, Gideon and Paris. Those are the 2 protagonists, 2 main characters. Right now, when I wrote this and when we wrote this and we introduced it, everybody fell in love with Paris. And so, we're going to do a spin. We're eventually going to do that. Is in the works. I have a friend that's already working on a script with Paris, but it's an exciting adventure. I mean, it sucks. She wrote it in such a way where it's 3 different time periods in the book. So you have the prehistoric, have the far-flung future, and eventually those time periods are going to all intersect into one, leading into the future. And,
okay.
Yeah, so I figured while you were talking about that, I would bring up the artwork here, so this way people have an image reference. And Paris is the character on the cover on the left to the right hand side of the book, correct?
There's one. I think you have one of her standing by herself. I think I sent you guys some art on that one too.
Yeah, over here.
That's
right
there.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. I mean, I can see what.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, good. No, go right ahead.
Our main villain's the one next to her sitting on the throne of skulls. That's Ozymandias.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can also see why Paris is popular with a lot of people, because she's strong, feminine.
Yeah.
She's very strong, the way I wrote her, and a lot of women identify her and love her, and a lot of the men love her because she just runs fades on everybody.
So
I mean, yeah.
So
she's a straight up killer. I mean,
I was gonna say, I see that that Paris has she has a I don't know what you want to call this, because a revolver, I guess, of some kind.
Yeah.
So like, what type of powers does she have? Or is it more so just like, talk a little bit about that?
So for Paris, I would equate her Black Widow and the Huntress.
Oh wow! Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
Okay.
And
then this main protagonist, I guess, talk a little bit about him, inspiration. Like, what would you kind of compare him to if you were going to compare him to somebody here?
Ozymandias is loosely on the left of tap. And I guess you would say kind of dark side, more powerful than dark side.
Oh wow!
But he has the ruthlessness of dark side. And I would also give a little bit of the and he is a mysterious character. You really don't know what his plans are. When they go up against them, it's like them playing checkers and he's playing chess. So he's always 6 or 7 moves ahead. And it's like comes in and out of the story at different points of the overall arc.
Okay.
And if you're familiar with anything Lovecraft in general, there's never a happy ending. And I got to tell you, one of my inspirations that I loved for writing Decimation Earth was John Carpenter's Thing.
Oh wow!
I'm a huge John Carpenter. Yeah. I'm a huge John Carpenter fan, and I loved the movie Thing. My inspirations as I crafted the story.
Okay. Okay. I can see it. Now that you bring that up, that I can see. Yeah, I love that movie too. That was that's actually a dope movie. Well written, and the funny thing about that movie, it just from a technical end, it just goes to show you that you can do a lot with a little, because there really wasn't a lot of besides lighting and a few special effects obviously that were needed for the monster itself. The tension in the room was always created by the actual actors and whatnot. So it just goes to show you what great actors can do in a space. They didn't go a whole lot of places. It wasn't they were stuck, and that's really dope and whatnot. So enough about let's get into something else real quick. So we kind of spoke about this behind the scenes, I know, but let's reiterate: Marvel or DC?
Fan. As a kid, I was like Legion of Superheroes, and that was my big book in Justice League. But X-Men. But as we were talking behind the scenes, I kind of walked away from DC when they started messing up the movies. And the Arrowverse was like, and then after the last couple of movies, when I take my twin boys and my wife to go see Aquaman, and in the movie they're playing, but it's not the Toto song, the original Toto song. It's like an upbeat, I don't know what kind of Toto song. And even my kids, I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I think Jason Momoa is a great actor, but the music is what kills me. I got to give credit to James Gunn. He's successful in his shows with his show. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen some of the music in it with
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. And did I say that wrong?
No, you did.
I think I said it right. I think I said. I thought I said Pacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah.
Yeah, but then when you look at Guardians of the Galaxy, all the classic rock songs that he put in there, that was successful. But I love Harry Cavill as Superman, but I just didn't get into the story. So and Marvel's been more successful storytelling as far as I'm concerned. And I think the comic book and your writing, in order to be successful, you have to be able to tell a story. You have to have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you have to be able to hook the roller coaster ride all the way to the end. And I think Marvel has been successful in some of their movies with that. Not all of them. I think they were successful with Loki. Loki had night. I'm not sure. I was kind of on WandaVision. I was kind of and I thought they did multiverse of madness, and I think one of the reasons I like that is because I'm a huge fan of the Evil Dead, original Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell. As you can see, I'm a huge horror fan.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons why I think with Decimation Earth horror, it's more about those things that you see in the corner of your eye, but you can't actually because they're hidden behind a veil. So what if you could pull back the veil? What would you see? Would you be able to handle it? Would you be able to deal with it? Would you be able to accept reality? And that's what Decimation Earth is to me, and what cosmic horror means to me. So that's
okay.
And that's one of the things that excites
me. Okay. So you said you're a big horror fan. Like, what's your ultimate horror movie?
I also like. There was one that just came out a while ago with I can't remember the actress, but it was set underwater, and she was trying to escape from underwater. That was a good.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That one. I also like real bad 80s horror, okay? I'm an 80s kid. I grew up in the 80s.
We grew up in the same era, bro.
This guy.
So
Preaching to the choir, that guy.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, like movies like Humanoid or Chud.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground gorillas. Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
Chud. Yes, Chud, bro. Oh, man, that'd be Chud.
Yeah, Chud.
Yo, Chud, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
Or The Pit. Yeah, like, I was like, you know, now that I go back and look at those movies, I'm like, oh, these are so hilarious and stupid. But as a kid, there was and that's for me is like now I'm finding this passion for horror movies like that. I'm not into these Eli Roth movies or anything. You know, Hills have the Hills that have was it?
Yeah, the Hills Have eyes.
The Hills, the Hills have eyes. That was just a ridiculous movie, you know, or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah. You know, and it's just like, and it's like, you know, I've not gotten through all of them, but I do remember the one where they had the scene and it's Jason Take Manhattan when he's on the roof. Starts off with this dude, and he just he's laying into Jason, and he's like, "All right, take your best shot," and Jason knocks his head off. And I was like, what is this? You know, and that's one of the things I think that drives me is to be able to bring things like that into the comic that brings people to say, oh, this shit is real. I'm just going to keep rolling with this because I want to see what's happening, or I'm afraid to turn the next page.
Right.
You know, if you guys have read book 1 and 2 of Decimation Earth, the next 4 books are way different from the first 2 books. I mean, Decimation 3 starts ramping it up.
Okay.
With a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I'm trying not to give away stuff.
You got to give the people something to crave. I see what you're doing.
Right. Right.
Right. Oh wow. So I don't know. Anything else you want to tell the people, man? Where can they find you? Where can they pick these books up at?
Well, you can pick up Decimation Earth 1 and 2 at the Konkret website. They're there, Decimation Earth IX, and you can also find us at TikTok at Decimation Earth, Decimation Studios.
Okay.
We do on TikTok try to show you the world we're creating, and on Instagram we post a lot of the art and some of the things that we're doing with upcoming books or some.
Okay. Cool. And just for everybody who's watching, if you're interested in picking up copies of this, I will leave links in the description to the Konkret website where you can actually purchase these books. There's some digital bundles, some full bundles on there, and also links to the TikTok, Instagram, any of the social media pages that you guys want to check out. The work for Decimation Earth will be there. So just so everybody's aware.
All right, Joe. So listen, man, I want to thank you once again, David Rucker. The title is Decimation Earth on Konkret, man. Listen, thank you again for coming, brother. Hey, Aaron, you know what we do.
We appreciate
Play my theme music.
Peace out.
Yeah, have a good night. I'll see you next time, Dave.